My eyes snapped open to silk sheets and the faint scent of cedar, a far cry from the dingy motel room where I'd crashed last night. Heart pounding, I sat up, scanning the opulent bedroom with its floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking manicured lawns. This was no ordinary place. Then it hit me. The framed photo on the nightstand, Senator Victor Hale's stern face staring back, the man I'd been exposing for months, the one who'd sent goons after me. I bolted from the bed, my bare feet sinking into plush carpet as I rushed to the door. Locked. Panic surged through me like ice water. How had I ended up here in the lion's den? Yesterday, I'd been in Chicago piecing together evidence of Hale's corruption, embezzlement from campaign funds, ties to shady developers. As a journalist for the independent press, I'd made it my mission to take down power players like him, especially after he'd pushed anti-LGBT bills that gutted protections in our state. But Hale wasn't just any politician. He was an alpha in every sense. Charismatic, ruthless, with a public image as a family man and conservative stalwart. Memories flooded back in fragments. I'd been at a coffee shop, laptop open, when a sharp prick hit my neck. Blackout. Kidnapped. That was the only explanation. I pounded on the door, yelling for help, but the house seemed eerily silent. Minutes later, footsteps approached, and the lock clicked. The door swung open, revealing Victor Hale himself, dressed in a crisp shirt and slacks, his broad shoulders filling the frame. "Sterling," he said calmly, as if we'd just met for brunch. "You're awake. Good." I backed away, my mind racing. What the hell is this? You can't just abduct you. He stepped inside, closing the door behind him. His eyes, a piercing blue, locked onto mine with an intensity that made my stomach twist. I didn't have a choice. You were getting too close. Too close to what? The financial scandals or something deeper? I'd uncovered whispers about Hale's personal life, rumors of secret affairs that contradicted his holier-than-thou persona. But nothing concrete. Until now, standing here, I wondered if there was more to his pursuit of me than just silencing a reporter. He gestured to a tray on the dresser. "Coffee, eggs, toast. Eat. We need to talk." I ignored the food. "Let me go, or I'll scream this from the rooftops." A faint smile tugged at his lips, not mocking, but almost regretful. "You think anyone would believe you? A disgraced journalist accusing a senator of kidnapping? I've already had my team plant stories about your mental breakdown." My blood ran cold. He was right. In this game of power, he held all the cards. But as he sat on the edge of the bed, his posture softening, I saw a crack in the armor. "Why me, Victor? There are dozens of reporters sniffing around your trail." "Because you're different," he admitted, his voice dropping. "You see through the facade. And maybe, I see something in you too." That confession hung in the air, charged with unspoken tension. I was gay, out and proud, but Hale? He was married, with kids, the poster boy for traditional values. Yet here we were, in this gilded cage, and I couldn't deny the spark of curiosity, or fear, igniting within me. Over the next few hours, as I paced the room, Hale returned intermittently, bringing clothes, books, even my laptop, though stripped of internet access. He didn't chain me or threaten violence. Instead, he talked about his rise in politics, the pressures of maintaining an image in a conservative party. "You think I enjoy pushing those bills?" he said during one visit, leaning against the wall. "It's survival. The donors, the base, they demand it. Then why do it?" I shot back. "You're destroying lives. People like me." He looked away, jaw tightening. "It's complicated, Sterling. Family expectations, my wife's ambitions. But I've read your articles. You fight for what's right. Admirable." Admirable? Coming from him, it felt like a trap. But as days blurred, wait. How long had it been? The windows showed a sprawling estate in what looked like upstate New York, far from my Chicago beat. I started piecing together more. Hale's visits grew longer, conversations deeper. He shared stories of his youth, hinting at suppressed desires, a college fling he'd buried. "Society doesn't allow men like us to be open," he murmured one evening. sitting closer than necessary. Men like us? The implication sent a shiver down my spine. Was this some twisted seduction? Or genuine vulnerability? I hated how his presence stirred something in me, empathy, perhaps, or attraction. No, I couldn't let that happen. He was the enemy. Yet, isolation wore me down. Without my phone or contacts, I relied on him for news, for human interaction. One night, over a dinner he insisted we share in the dining hall, he opened up about his marriage. It's a partnership, not passion. Evelyn knows, but we pretend for the cameras. And your kids? I asked. Fork paused midair. They deserve a stable life, not scandal. I leaned forward, anger flaring. Stable? You're living a lie, and dragging everyone down with you, including me. His hand reached across the table, brushing mine. Electric. I pulled away, but the touch lingered. What if I want to change? What if you could help me? Help him? The idea was absurd, yet tempting. As a journalist, exposing him could topple his empire. But as a man, seeing his internal conflict mirrored my own past struggles with identity. Hadn't I once hidden who I was? The mansion became a pressure cooker of emotions. Hale's staff kept their distance, loyal to a fault. I tried escaping once, slipping out a side door during a rainstorm, but guards intercepted me. Senator's orders, they said, escorting me back. Confronting him later, I demanded answers. Am I your prisoner forever? No, he said softly. But if you leave now, you'll destroy us both. The word echoed, blurring lines between captor and captive. As weeks passed, though time felt elastic, I found myself drawn into his world. We walked the grounds, debating politics. He confessed to voting against his conscience on LGBT issues to appease allies. It's wrong, I know, but power requires compromise. Compromise or cowardice? I challenged. He stopped, turning to face me under the oak trees. Maybe both, but with you here I feel free. Then the kiss. It happened unexpectedly, during an argument about his latest bill. Emotions boiled over, and suddenly his lips were on mine. Urgent, desperate. I froze, then pushed him away. This is insane. You're married, powerful, and I'm, what? Your secret. He stepped back, eyes tormented. I don't know what this is, Sterling, but it's real. Real? In that moment, doubt crept in. Was I falling for my abductor? Or was this Stockholm Syndrome? Society would judge us harshly, a gay journalist and a closeted senator. The scandals, the hypocrisy. Yet, in the quiet of the mansion, it felt like a fragile truth emerging. But reality intruded. One day, I found a hidden phone in a drawer, my chance to call for help. Fingers trembling, I dialed my editor. It's Sterling. I'm alive. Hale has me. The line went dead. Hale entered, face ashen. You can't do this. Why not? You kidnapped me. Because I love you, he blurted, the words hanging like a guillotine. Love? The confession shattered me. Part of me wanted to believe it, to embrace this forbidden connection. But the journalist in me screamed for justice. Torn, I faced a choice. Expose him and reclaim my freedom, or stay and navigate this messy, controversial path. The weight of Victor's words pressed on me like the mansion's heavy oak doors. Love. From the man who'd upended my life. I stared at him, searching for deceit in those blue eyes, but found only raw vulnerability. You don't get to say that, I whispered, backing away. Not after what you've done. He reached out, but I flinched. Sterling, please, hear me out. I did, against my better judgment. We sat in the library, surrounded by leather-bound books that screamed old money and influence. Victor poured scotch, his hands steady despite the storm in his expression. I've spent my life building walls. Politics demands it. But you see me. See him? I'd seen the corruption, the votes against equality. Yet, as he spoke of his internalized shame, growing up in a strict Southern family, where being gay was a sin, he humanized the monster. I married Evelyn to fit the mold. We have an understanding. She's ambitious, wants the White House someday. But passion? That's never been us. And now you think it's me? Skepticism laced my tone, but my heart raced. He nodded. From the first article you wrote calling out my hypocrisy. It wasn't just anger. It was passion. I admired it. Then, when you dug deeper, I panicked. Kidnapping you was impulsive, wrong. But keeping you here, it's shown me what I've missed. Missed. The word resonated. I'd been single for years, focused on my career, exposing injustices that hit close to home. As an openly gay man in journalism, I'd faced discrimination, but it fueled me. Now, trapped with Victor, I questioned everything. Was attraction blooming amid coercion? Society would call it toxic, a power imbalance ripe for debate. Days turned into a delicate dance. Victor gave me more freedom, access to the grounds, even supervised calls to assure my family I was on assignment. But the undercurrent of control lingered. We shared meals, walks, conversations that peeled back layers. He admitted to anonymous donations to LGBT causes, contradicting his public stance. "It's my way of atoning," he said. "Atone by hiding?" I countered. "Come out. Fight from the inside." He laughed bitterly. "And lose everything? My seat, my family, my life." "Your fake life," I corrected. Tension built, not just emotional but societal. News filtered in via TV, protests against Hale's latest bill restricting transgender rights. Watching crowds chant, I felt guilt. "I'm complicit now," I told him, "by staying silent." "You're not," he insisted. "You're changing me." Changing him. Was that possible? Or was I deluding myself? One evening, during a heated debate, he pulled me close again. This time, I didn't push away immediately. The kiss deepened, a mix of anger and desire. But I broke it off. "This can't erase what you've done." "I know," he murmured. "But let me try." Try he did. He started confiding in me about his work, even showing redacted files on his scandals. The embezzlement? It was to fund a private cause, helping undocumented families. Twisted, but true. Skeptical, I probed, checked out in fragments. But the bigger picture, his anti-LGBT votes funded by bigots. "You enable hate," I said. "And you challenge it," he replied. "Together, maybe we can shift things." Together. The idea seduced me, but reality bit. Evelyn arrived unannounced one weekend, her poised demeanor cracking the bubble. "Victor, darling, who's this?" she asked, eyeing me suspiciously. "Sterling Turner, a consultant," he lied smoothly. She arched a brow. "The journalist? Interesting choice." Dinner was tense, Evelyn probing my background while Victor deflected. Later, alone with her, she cornered me. "I know about my husband's inclinations, but discretion is key. Hurt him and I'll destroy you." Threatened by his wife. The irony burned. That night, Victor apologized. "She protects our image." "Your image is a lie," I snapped, "and I'm tired of being part of it." He looked stricken. "What do you want, Sterling?" "Freedom. Truth." The next day, he offered a deal. Stay one more week, help him draft a speech softening his stance on LGBT issues. In return, he'd let me go, no strings. "But I hope you'll choose to stay." Choose. The word haunted me. As we worked together, poring over words in his study, intimacy grew. Laughter over coffee, shared glances. I saw the man beneath the politician, witty, intelligent, tormented by choices. But doubts festered. Friends back home must be worried. My editor had gone silent after that cut call. Was Victor monitoring everything? Paranoia set in. Then a breakthrough or breakdown. During a late-night session, Victor confessed fully. "I fell for you the moment I read your profile. Stalked your socials. It was obsession at first." Obsession. Not love? The revelation twisted like a knife. "So this was planned?" "Not the kidnapping," he admitted. "But watching you? Yes." Betrayal surged. I stormed out, but he followed. "Sterling, wait. It's evolved. I swear." In the garden under stars we argued fiercely. You're using me to ease your guilt. And you're using me to feel powerful, he shot back. The words stung because they held truth. In this isolation, I'd found purpose in fixing him. But was it mutual or manipulation? Resolution came in tears, his, surprisingly. I don't want to lose you. I softened. Then change. For real. He promised. But promises in politics are fragile. As the week ended, choice loomed. Leave and expose him, sparking national debate on hypocrisy and power. Or stay, navigating a relationship fraught with controversy. Society would judge. Can love redeem a flawed man? Or does it enable evil? The deadline approached like a gathering storm. Victor's speech was ready. A subtle pivot, acknowledging evolving views on equality without full admission. It's a start, he said, handing me the printout in his office. A start. But for what? Whatever this was. I nodded, folding the paper. And my freedom? Yours, he replied, voice steady but eyes pleading. Though I'll miss our talks. Mississippi understatement. Over the weeks, dependency had woven into affection. Mornings with coffee on the terrace, debating ethics. Evenings watching sunsets, sharing vulnerabilities. Victor opened up about his son's bullying at school for being different. A hint at inherited struggles. I want better for him, he said. Then be the example, I urged. He sighed. It's terrifying. Terrifying described my internal war too. Leaving meant reclaiming my life. But at what cost? Exposing Victor could out him forcibly, a controversial act in LGBT circles, debating consent versus accountability. That night we dined in silence, the air thick. Afterward, in the living room he played piano, a melancholic tune. I watched, mesmerized by his fingers' grace. You could have been an artist, I said. Politics chose me, he replied. Or I chose it. Choices, the theme of our entanglement. As the melody faded, he turned. Stay one more night? I hesitated, then agreed. In my room, no longer locked, we talked till dawn. He shared dreams of a quieter life. I confessed fears of loneliness post-journalism burnout. Closeness built, but I held back, mindful of boundaries. Morning brought decision. Victor drove me to the gate himself. No guards, just us. At the threshold, I paused. What if I come back? His smile was bittersweet. I'd welcome it, but live your truth first. I left, hailing a cab to the nearest town. Freedom tasted bittersweet. Checking into a hotel, I booted my old laptop, returned sans tampering. Supposedly, emails flooded. Concerned colleagues. A missing persons alert quashed by anonymous tips. My editor called immediately. Sterling, where the hell? Long story, I said, but I have the scoop of the century. Do I? Sitting there, I weighed options. Publish everything, kidnapping, confessions, the romance. It'd go viral, sparking debates on power dynamics in relationships, closeted politicians' harm, redemption arcs. Or withhold, protect Victor as he reformed. Society's conflicts mirrored mine. Progressives demanding accountability. Conservatives decrying witch hunts. As a gay man, I felt the sting. Victor's votes had hurt my community. Yet, personal connection complicated it. Was love blind or insightful? I drafted the article, fingers flying, but paused at the personal bits. Outing him? Ethically murky. Instead, I published a tempered piece. Inside the mind of Senator Hale. Compromises and contradictions. It hinted at scandals without naming sources, urging reform. Response was immediate: praise from moderates, ire from extremes. Victor texted he'd slipped me a burner phone, smart move. Thank you. Thank you. Did it mean relief or disappointment? Weeks later, back in Chicago, normalcy eluded me. My apartment felt empty. Friends' questions probed wounds. What really happened? A retreat, I lied. Then Victor visited undercover. I couldn't stay away. In a dim cafe, we reconnected. Your article shifted polls. I'm pushing amendments. Progress. But at dinner in my place, intimacy reignited. A hug lingered. Words turned confessional. I miss you, he admitted. Me too, I confessed. But reality intruded, paparazzi rumors, Evelyn's calls. We must be careful, he said. Careful. The word chafed. Hiding echoed his past. Conflict escalated when a leak hit. Anonymous tips about Victor's secret meetings. Speculation swirled, affairs but gendered vaguely. He panicked. If they find out about us. Us, I challenged. Is there an US? He gripped my hand. There could be. But doubt seeded. Was I a phase or genuine? Social pressures mounted. My LGBT friends warned. Dating the enemy? That's betrayal. Online forums debated. Can you love someone whose politics oppress you? Torn, I confronted him. Choose. Your career or authenticity. He hesitated. It's not that simple. Simple? Nothing was. Highs of stolen moments clashed with lows of secrecy. Then, crisis. A bill vote loomed. Victor could swing it pro-LGBT. He did, defying his party. Backlash was fierce, threats, defunding. Proud, I reached out. You did it. For us, he replied. But victory soured when Evelyn filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. Media frenzy ensued. In the chaos, Victor sought refuge at my apartment. It's over. The facade. Over, or beginning. As we navigated fallout, love deepened amid controversy. But questions lingered. Was this redemption or ruin? The divorce announcement exploded like a grenade in D.C. circles. Senator Victor Hale, conservative darling, now single amid whispers of scandal. Pundits speculated. Tabloids hounded. I watched from Chicago, fielding calls from reporters, ironic being the story now. Victor called daily. I need you, Sterling. Need, not want. Pulled me back. Against advice, I flew to Washington, slipping into his townhouse under night cover. He looked haggard but relieved. You came. We embraced, the familiar spark igniting. Over wine, he detailed the fallout, party ostracism, donor flight. But I'm free, he said. Free? With custody battles looming, kids confused. His son, teenager now, asked pointed questions. Dad, are you gay? Victor had nodded, tears flowing. Yes, and I'm sorry for hiding. The boy's response. Acceptance, but hurt. Why so long? Why indeed? As Victor recounted, I felt pride and resentment. His delay had cost lives, including metaphorical ones in the community. Yet, in his vulnerability, I saw growth. We spent days strategizing his pivot. New platform, centrist alliances, advocating for LGBT rights. From the inside, he said, echoing my words. But society pushed back. Protests at his office left calling him opportunist, right branding traitor. Online, debates raged. Is redemption possible for hypocritical leaders? Or is it too late? Personally, our relationship bloomed in secrecy. Stolen weekends, deep talks. Victor explored his identity. First Pride event, incognito. This is what I missed, he marveled. I guided him, but unease grew. Was I his crutch or partner? Conflict peaked when a colleague outed us accidentally. A photo leak from a dinner. Headlines screamed, Senator Hale's gay affair with kidnapped journalist? Kidnapped. The truth twisted. Victor held a press conference. Yes, I'm gay, and Sterling is important to me. But the kidnapping allegations are false. We met under professional circumstances. To protect me? Or himself? Backlash intensified. Death threats arrived. My job suffered. Editors wary of bias. Friends divided. Some cheered the romance as progressive win. Others decried it as enabling abuse. Stockholm much? One texted. Doubt festered. In a heated argument, I accused, you still manipulate. He countered, and you judge. Can't you see I've changed? Change. Measurable? His votes shifted pro-equality. Donations flowed openly. But emotional scars remained. One night, breaking down, he admitted, I regret the abduction. It was fear. Forgiveness? Pondered. Society debates restorative justice. Can wrongdoers atone? I chose yes tentatively. We went public fully, facing the storm together. Interviews followed. How did it start? Hosts probed. Complicated, we said, skirting details. Public opinion split. Support from youth, ire from elders. Victor's career hung by threads, but he persevered, running as independent. Personally, we built a life, shared home, therapy for traumas. But highs came with lows. His ex-wife sued for custody, citing unstable lifestyle. Court battles exposed ugliness. Testimonies on his past votes harming families. Guilt resurfaced. Did I cause this? I asked. No, he assured. My choices did. Choices, always circling back. In quieter moments, love shone. Cooking together, planning futures. Yet external pressures tested. A bill he sponsored passed, advancing rights. Celebration dinner. To us, he toasted. Fragile but real. As months passed, normalcy emerged. Victor's poll numbers recovered. My writing flourished with insider insights. But controversy lingered. Forums questioned if our story romanticized power imbalances. Valid? Absolutely. Reflecting, I wondered, can love conquer systemic flaws? With Victor's re-election campaign in full swing, our life became a whirlwind of rallies, interviews, and scrutiny. He ran on a platform of unity, bridging divides with me by his side. Openly now. Sterling is my partner, he declared in speeches, drawing cheers and boos alike. The transformation was remarkable. From alpha politician to advocate, Victor lobbied for marriage equality expansions, transgender protections. I was wrong before, he admitted publicly. Personal growth taught me. Growth, sparked bias, or necessity. Critics accused opportunism. Supporters hailed courage. Social media buzzed with memes, think pieces, from foe to bow. The Hale Turner saga. Personally, we thrived. Mornings in our DC apartment, coffee and newspapers. Evenings debating policy. His kids visited, warming to me, the son even confiding his own questions about identity. Like father, like son, Victor joked, but with pride. Yet, shadows persisted. Anonymous threats continued. A break-in at home rattled us. Politics is war, Victor said, holding me tight. War. And I was collateral? Doubts resurfaced during a gala, where donors whispered. How convenient. His awakening post-divorce. Stung, I confronted him later. Is this real or PR? Hurt flashed in his eyes. Sterling, you know me? Did I? The kidnapping loomed like a ghost. Therapy helped, but forgiveness was ongoing. High drama came with a scandal revival. A former aide leaked emails hinting at the abduction. Investigation launched. Victor faced hearings. Testify? He asked me. Truth or loyalty? I chose truth, tempered. It started coercively, but evolved into consent. Courtroom gasps. Debates ignited. Can consent retroactively validate wrongdoing? Victor was censured, but not charged power's privilege. He resigned his seat, pivoting to advocacy work. Better this way, he said. Freed from politics, we relocated to a quiet New York suburb. Victor wrote a memoir. I collaborated, our story laid bare. Reception mixed. Acclaim for honesty, criticism for glamorizing toxicity. In quiet reflection, we discussed. Was it worth it? I asked. Every moment, he replied. But society pondered broader. Does personal love justify public harm? As we built a future, adopting a dog, planning travels, peace settled. Yet, the journey's controversies lingered, fueling endless discussions. In the end, was Victor's redemption genuine, or did love simply blind me to his flaws?